Buenos dias! Oh, good morning, my loves. Oh, my God, it's a super Tuesday. Keep the tunes going. I love the tunes. My God, there's just something to it. I gave you a little Saltburn dance there. That was in the boxer shorts, but I think Jared might have blocked that. I don't know. Here we are in the Sky Suites of the Aria Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh, my God, I just came in from the strip clubs, and I have to say, whew, am I exhausted? No, that isn't true. Boy, it's tough. Dry January in Vegas. That's a thing. That's a challenge, right? Boy. Oh, okay. Whoa. Somebody roared back.
A little hot on the trigger. Sorry.
Steve, we take Steve a minute to get calibrated. He's all right. Steve, you went out in the valley of LA a little harder than I went out in Vegas. oh my God. Oh, I forgot. I got to show you something. Somebody hit like $20,000 on the slot machine as I was walking by.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my God. These people, it was this nice little family. There was like, I think it was a family of like 4 people or something. Here we go. Should I send this to you, Steve? You can just load it up.
Yeah, send it to me. We'll see it.
All right, let me share anyway. Yeah, it might be a little on the long side. I think that's what this is. 50 seconds.
That's okay. Let's get crazy.
Send it to you. We'll hit the somebody hit the jackpot, and the thing kept going, and it's like it was going like 10, 11, 12, and they're going and that's what I was talking about yesterday about how dysregulating Las Vegas is, right? I mean, talk about the dopamine wiring of slot machines, and they're going I mean, a couple of frat boys hit that thing, and they're going out and they're going crazy. They're going to go crazy that night. They're going to put stuff up their nose. They're going to dial up hookers. They're going to go crazy. People come undone in this place.
You know, Billy, it struck me yesterday after the show when we're in the parking lot, you're getting ready to head out, that we did a whole show about I'm going to be dry, I'm going to be confident, it's the new me, and you were heading to Vegas day one.
This is like an alcoholic just gets out of rehab, and it's like his buddies say, meet us at O'Sullivan's, and we'll be watching Monday Night Football. Okay. I'll see you there, guys. It's just hanging on for dear life. I'll tell you what, though, honestly about the booze. And good morning, Mary, and good morning, Beth. Honestly about the booze, it's like it's the 5 o'clock is a real thing. I mean, once you get over the hump of the 5 o'clock hump, you're walking through a beautiful little bar and a nice little cocktail lounge, and it's martini time. But after eating, the desire to drink goes way down, right? It's a pre-empty stomach kind of cocktail. Then you have dinner. If you're boozing after dinner anyway, that's just boozing. That's just dumping stuff on. It doesn't work for me. So I like the cocktail before. And once you get over that, which I did, no problem. Because we went to Top Golf. You've heard of Top Golf? Yeah, where you can like.
Top Golf is great. The one in Vegas is great too.
Yeah, went to the one in Vegas. Our TuneIn, our audio partner with Hot Mics, had an event. It's CES, Computer and Electronics Week, here in Vegas. So it's mobbed with everybody in the tech and entertainment and computer, science business, and everyone's here. And TuneIn is here. And so I came up, and I'm meeting with the new owner of TuneIn, which is a company in Canada called Stingray, and they bought TuneIn. And today I'm meeting with their CEO and their people, and having lunch, and then getting the hell out of here as fast as I can. I got a flight at 3:30. Look at this. Quit drinking 17 years ago. Feel great. I got to say, one of my greatest friends to have a martini with. I love it. Like, we'll say, let's go have a martini. And then like, we'll migrate to like a glass of wine, and that's his routine. But he does it every day. Like that's his move. And he texted me yesterday, and I was like, my martini buddy listened to our episode with James Swanwick, founder of the Alcohol Free Lifestyle, which was our first podcast of, fittingly, right? A lot of people doing dry January. I want, dry 2026. And James, he texted me and he was like, wow, fascinating conversation. I'm stand by you, man. Can you do it? I want you to do it. You can do it. And he's one of those great friends that it's not like the relationship isn't built on alcohol. We just enjoy we play pickleball every Saturday morning, every Sunday morning. Now I will be kicking his ass probably twice as hard. But anyway, he listened and loved it. And yesterday with Swanwick, I mean, I fought him, right? I fought him as a defender of the fortress of booze. I fought him. I was like, hold on for a second, guy. In France, life expectancy is 83. And in America, it's 79. So they were drinking wine at the table at 12 years old, right?
Billy, you sounded, I almost broke into the show yesterday. You were like looking for one spot where James would say, okay, yeah, you're okay. If you haven't, you were poking.
I think I got him on, well, first of all, moderate is better than none. He says it's poison, right? It's poison. Right. It's toxins. You're literally putting poison, ethanol into your body. But the liver is an amazing thing and has the ability to process from ethanol to acetaminoletide, whatever the heck, I can never say it, acetaminoletide, or into acetate. And the liver can do it within like 2 hours. And it's amazing. But if your liver gives up on you, if you're beating it up all the time, it can't do it, because in 2 days, I mean, the effects of alcohol are pretty much gone. But I don't know. There are studies, and I quoted the National Academy of Engineering and Sciences, and I said, they said low to moderate. These are people that outlive non-drinkers, like a cocktail a day. And he was like, yeah, that is a reputable organization. There was a little bit of a discrepancy on that. So look, I at the end of the day, I'm not buying into it's poison. We've been doing this since the 1st century in China, Mesopotamia. They were making wine and drinking wine. I mean, this goes back. It is a little weird that it is our substance of choice for celebration and for mourning and for every occasion. You know what I mean? It's like, let's have alcohol when someone dies, when someone gets married, when they graduate from college, good and bad. But it is. And I don't think there's any problem with it if you're drinking under control. My problem is, and it's not, one glass of wine is not interesting to me. Most of that bottle is. I like a few cocktails. I like a couple of glasses of wine after that martini. Yeah, I do. And I'm just get on a move. I mean, my tolerance is massive. I mean, I can go. And he did, I listened to you ever heard of Andrew Huberman, the Huberman Lab as a podcast? He's a professor at Stanford University, has a very big following. I want to get him on, by the way. The guy's brilliant, and he's jacked. He's like a super jacked, muscle-bound guy. If you saw him walking down the street, you'd be like, oh my God, where's he going? To Venice, to lift on the beach? He's a Stanford professor, and he has an amazing podcast, and he's brilliant. And I listened to a 2-hour episode of his on alcohol. And in the end, he did say, of course it's poison. It's ethanol. You can literally clean counters in COVID. If you had nothing else, people would clean with vodka, and then you put that in your, right. But if you're a low to moderate, if you can do 1-2 cocktail, that's it. Then, and not every day, have at it. For me, where I am right now, what we're building, Steve, I feel like I'm letting you down if I do it. I feel like I'm letting you down. I feel like I'm letting down your children and your wife and me. I'm letting myself down because I I like to have a few, and then I'm thinking about booze as you wake up the next morning. I do, and if a piece of bad news can become catastrophic, mostly because of the anxiety, the depression that comes after booze. Right, a piece of bad news all of a sudden is now horrible, irreversible damage. Oh my God.
Well, I do know Billy post night out at the club and not night out at the club. Yeah, you definitely are, you feel it in the morning because you like a good martini. I mean, you've very
I like a bad martini too. I like a dirty martini. I like a
here's
nasty
the
martini.
thing about the alcohol thing that I keep bringing it. The whole moderation thing. I also just think that the argument is there's so many other bad things too. I think cell phones aren't good for you and the time isn't good for your brain. I think processed foods aren't good for you. So when you start saying, maybe someone goes, I don't eat any processed foods. I barely spend time on my phone. I have a balance. Like all the other things are really good. So maybe I like an extra drink. So like in the life, kind of like someone's own life, what they're dealing with, maybe that rationalizes the drink more. Like you work out 5 times a week. You don't use the phone too much. You're balanced. You read,
Yeah,
and then the drink maybe is okay. I don't know.
yeah.
What about coffee addiction?
Well, another thing, like someone else put in there that the reason why the French live so long is they have zero stress levels. It's also a thing about not just if you Google, Italy as well, you'll see similar numbers. And by the way, it's 85 for women, 80 for men. So it comes out to 83. But women 85.8 or something like that.
Yeah,
They live a lot longer in France and in all of Europe because of food too. Remember all the additives and the shit that we put in our food. Now the Maha movement is making a move against that. Bobby Kennedy, who is so controversial, and we'll get into what he did yesterday. But um, you know, I think they're not eating shit, quite frankly. It's clean. And look, I eat as cleanly as I can. I will say that. Speaking of that, CDC yesterday changed the vaccine protocol in America. We went from vaccinations for 18 different diseases to vaccinations for 11 diseases. And you got to say the press release that the White House put out about it has Trump's dictation all over it. Dead giveaway. There's one word in there that will give it away for you that Trump was dictating what to say to the CDC. He's got his hands in everything. Today, the Trump administration is proud to announce the United States of America's updated childhood vaccination schedule. This schedule is rooted in the gold standard of science and widely agreed upon by scientists and experts all over the world. Effective today, America will no longer require 72 jabs for our beautiful, healthy children. We're moving to a far more reasonable schedule where all children will only be recommended to receive vaccinations for 11 of the most serious and dangerous diseases. Parents can still choose, if they want, to give their children all of the vaccinations, and they'll still be covered by insurance. But the updated schedule finally aligns the U.S. with developed nations around the world. Congratulations to Bobby and Director Jim O'Neill, the CDC, all those guys. Anyway, he said many Americans, especially the Maha moms, have been praying for these common sense reforms for many years. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I'm not against it. I got a lot of moms in here, so I'll cede the ground here to tell me if this is a good thing. Right? Kim says good. Okay. Yeah, this is Redondo over here. You're just down the street from us. Says huge. You should have said it with a Y, honestly, given the man we're dealing with right now. But you said it with the H, and that's okay. Yeah. Oh, you are late, Kim. I'm late. So just got to watch Billy dance on 1.5. What does that mean? I don't know. Oh, speed. You sped up the dance. That's a good move. Yeah, what do you think? I feel like it's a good thing because if you still want to give your child the 18, I like freedom in this country, right? I don't like government oversight. And so if you want to take all 18 as it was before, you may, and it's covered. Dr. Cole. Okay, we got a doctor in the house, says Bigley. Bigley, it was Bigley. Yeah. So that's not bad. Very happy for this. I have major concerns for my grandchildren. I see. Yeah. Well, Mary, I'm here for it. I had twins, one on the spectrum. We needed to look into some of the long-term effects of vaccines. Yeah, I wonder if Jenny McCarthy, remember Jenny McCarthy used to be so outspoken on vaccinations. I wonder, because her son Evan, right, autism, and I wonder what she said. She got quiet, right, because the business kind of reacted against her. You know how the power lib structure in Los Angeles can be very punitive and damaging. Just ask Scott Baio or Rob Schneider. You know, it's hard to work if you disagree with the establishment. But Jenny's on Fox now. She's on The Masked Singer, and I think she's been kind of getting a little more vocal now that she feels comfortable in the chair. But I would never feel too comfortable. Yes, I love Jenny. I should have her on. I interviewed her at Extra. Jesus, is she beautiful? Can we talk about Jenny McCarthy for a minute? And I know there's work done there, but she's the kind of chick that can admit I did it. You know, like a picture was sent to me the other day of Kylie Jenner coming out of a swimming pool. She just posted like yesterday on Instagram, and she's I mean, the everything is so big and round and perfectly like, I think it's just so much work has been done there at such a young age. It's like it's so far from 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 the launching pad of what it was in the beginning, you know, whatever, each to his own. But I think that, you know, there's isn't there a price to pay for that later? At a certain age, that stuff, all those toxins and things that are in there start to fade out and take. Do they naturally work their way out of your system? I mean, I know how they get in. How the hell do they get out? Into the bloodstream? Do you shit them out? Like, sorry, my language, but like, how does this happen? Jenny does a little, whatever she's doing. Oh my God. And I'll tell you what, the number one thing Jenny McCarthy did. Steve, we got to get a hold of Jenny McCarthy immediately. I forgot about that. She quit booze. I remember interviewing her extra, and she was like, well, the number one thing I did, Billy, is I stopped drinking alcohol. And I was like, get this woman out of here. Somebody take this woman out of here. I don't want to hear that, Jenny. And that was it. She is beautiful. She is stunning. Donnie Wahlberg, I love Donnie. Donnie's a great, great guy. We always have a great laugh. I love Donnie. But I also like to remind Donnie that he has outkicked his punt coverage in a major way. So let's definitely get Jenny McCarthy. Steve, please write that down, and I will forget.
I like Jenny. I think Jenny would be great. And I remember the interviews you've done with her. You guys have great rapport. I mean, it's like they're fun interviews because
I've just known her forever. I remember back in the day, Jenny had a house in Sherman Oaks. Now she lives in her home. She lives back in Illinois, right? But she owned a home in Sherman Oaks, and she rented it to my great friend Scott Wolf. So I was always over in Jenny's rental pad with Wolf, watching football and hanging out. And that was Wolf's first. That was his home pad here. So she would come by sometimes and be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm gonna grab some things." People who don't drink can still party. Yeah. Oh yeah, I went after this guy yesterday about gummies. I was like, "What about?" He's like, "I'm like, can we have gummies here?" I think, look, gummies have some neuroplasticity effects. I think there's THC does. So I'll probably occasionally enjoy one of those, but not often. I want the clarity. That was my pitch to the guest yesterday, Swanwick. I said, for me, the three things I'm after are clarity, connection, and congruence. A congruent man is one who thinks it, says it, and then does it. Do what you say you're going to do. Follow through. And that's for relationships, and that's for business. That's for everything, right? If you're getting sidetracked easily and going off with your buddies when you really should be home working, that can happen. So, oh, morning bush. Miss my morning bush. Don't we all there from Nefertiti? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? My husband got screwed up by a weed beverage. I had to call an ambulance. What? How much did he take? Did he think, oh my God?
This
Oh,
concerns me, Billy, because you've been telling me how good these weed. I actually haven't never had one. You've been telling me how good these are.
yeah, but you know what? California just voted down delivery of these. You can no longer get these in the mail. I think you can still get them in a shop. Oh, but that's really rough. What happened, Robin? Robin, tell us more. Did he take like a? Did not read the can or something, and he drank the whole can, and it was like, yeah, some of them are high in THC. Yeah, you. So there's a company called Cann, CANN, and it's 2 milligrams.
I thought the whole thing was is that they're really low and like the whole they were
No,
like,
no, no. Some of these drinks have 10 milligrams in them, which is
oh,
way too much. Unless you are a bona fide pothead, way too much. 2 is like, unless you want to be out of it, you want to still be functioning and conversant, you know? CBD brings you down. It mitigates the THC. Okay. We're all rooting for you. I quit and find it difficult because most of my friends love to drink. Oh yeah. It's getting easier as time goes by. Yeah, it's look, it's the default thing. Everyone's, I showed you my fridge at the end of yesterday's morning, Mike's. I opened it up. I forgot. I got like 8 bottles of rosé in there, all cold, like ready to go for whoever comes over. By the way, I moved them down to the fridge in the guest house where the podcast studio is. So they're no longer like, hello. Been sober 7 years. You sure find out who your real friends are when you make a big change, like getting sober. Yeah. Again, the guest yesterday, James Swanwick, his thing was like, you're not giving up something. If you look at it that way, like you're depriving something, or, oh, I don't get to participate in this, or, oh, it's a loss of some kind, you're dead. It's what you're gaining. You're choosing freedom from feeling like shit. You're choosing a more vibrant career and deeper connections. You're choosing these things. After we talk about Maha and the CDC, let's talk about this. Pizza is on the decline. I got to say, it's one of the biggest rackets that ever was in this country. Keep in mind what pizza is. Okay. Pizza is bread, it's dough, it's tomato sauce and cheese. And that's it. And for Steve, just the two. Steve doesn't dairy or he dies because he has a very terrible allergy to dairy. But it is the biggest racket in the world. And have you noticed that you'll go get a pizza somewhere and it's like $39 for a pizza? And you're like, wait, what? This costs more than the chicken parm at a nice restaurant? You got to be kidding me.
True. It's so expensive now. The border
is so expensive. The restaurant industry is trying to figure out, have we hit our peak pizza, or have we just figured out that you are ripping us off like crazy? That Papa John guy, he's so loaded. Little Caesar running around with his billions because he's selling bread, tomato sauce, and cheese to people for a massive markup, okay? But it was the second most popular type of U.S. restaurant was pizzerias, and now they're outnumbered by coffee shops and Mexican restaurants. What does that tell you? Oh, my God. Remember, what's the most popular beer in America? It used to be Bud Light until Bud Light decided that they would back an influencer who's trans, and that backfired in a big way. But the number one beer in America now is Modelo. And pizza has been replaced by Mexican food eateries. There you go. Sales growth at pizza restaurants has lagged behind the broader fast food market for years, and the outlook ahead is not much brighter. Food delivery. Why is this happening? Food delivery services like DoorDash and Uber Eats. You have more choices. It used to be a novelty that you could call the pizza delivery man. A guy in a car would bring you a pizza. How amazing is that? Wow. I got that pizza brought to my doorstep. Now they'll bring you one cigarette if you want. You can Instacart, you can DoorDash a soda. Pizza's also a lot more expensive, obviously, than a $5 fast food deal. So California Pizza Kitchen went private. They were a public company, and they sold to a private group in 2011 for $470 million. And now they just sold in December to an investor group for under $300 million. So big loss. That's unbelievable. That
is massive. I mean, that's what, think about the inflation during that time too. Like, that's a massive.
Yeah. Pizzerias. I mean, look, second most popular type of U.S. chain restaurant in the 90s. And last year they were 6th in terms of sales. So it's coffee shops, Mexican food that outnumber, that took over. Not only that, I talked about food delivery. It's also like maybe the rise in GLP-1s, like Zepbound, Ozempic, and those things. You no longer have that craving to crush 5 slices. Maybe you'll have 2 slices, maybe a slice and a half.
I think it's a cost. I think it's expensive for people.
I do too. And I also think, I think it's the cost, and I think it's the fact that you can now Uber Eats or DoorDash anything. The pizza delivery man as an idea was a novelty, and it had a long run, but now you can get anything to your doorstep.
Look at this graph, Billy. Look at where we were talking about addictions. Look where coffee is. Look at the rise of coffee.
Oh, wow. I mean, the question is, drinking less, will I drink more coffee? I'll always find a way to offset. I don't know.
I mean, that coffee rise is insane too. So, and that's expensive too, I guess. I don't know.
But let me ask you a question. This is a great question for everybody. Your evening glass of wine or your morning cup of coffee. You had to give up one.
Oh, this is easy for me.
Well, for you, it's easy.
I just love coffee too much, no matter what. I can't live without a cup. I get up so I can have a cup of coffee. That's what's on my mind.
So my move is think about all the money I'll save on booze, and now put that into like really good, fine Colombian coffee, like the perfect, like French press of. I want beans flown in individually. Like each bean has its own private jet. Okay. Oh, you know what I mean?
Something came across my, the graphs that come across your Facebook feed or whatever. And it said that if a kid at the age of 14, also everyone else probably got this too. Kid at the age of 14, instead of buying a $5 Starbucks coffee every day, just put that $5 into savings. That by the time they're 25, one person has 100,000 and the other has spent 100,000. So there's a $200,000 this kid could have for college if they just put the money in a jar instead of a Starbucks.
Why don't you know what I should do is I'm going to put them. Oh, great idea.
Yeah, it was
the money I would spend on martinis, the martini fund, and put invest it for my daughters. I have like little, the little accounts for them. But then every time I'm thinking about, I definitely would have had them. I'm going to have, dinner with my lawyer, Bob, who I love to have martinis with. He's one of my
He loves a martini himself.
Oh, he does. He loves them. As Ricky Gervais would say, I love a martini as much as the next man, unless the next man is Bob. Speaking of, he did that at the Golden Globes, which is coming up this weekend. I'll never forget Mel Gibson's face looking at Ricky Gervais when he did that. You son of a bitch. I've struggled with alcohol my whole life, and you just did that to me. But anyway, it's a pretty good idea. Put it into a fund, right? Don't forget Alan Jackson. What do you mean, Alan Jackson?
Martini man. Loves a good
martini. Alan. Yeah. Recently, I don't think Alan cares. He'll have his martini. But Alan has tremendous discipline. He will have one cocktail and maybe a half a second if we're really engrossed in conversation. But he has great discipline. And when you look at Alan, I mean, what a figure.
He's very fit.
He's very fit. Steve, I'm just closing the blinds because I think we're getting hit there.
Yeah, you take care of it. It's a beautiful background.
Oh, wait, whoa. What's going on there?
Oh, you got the new.
You double hit it. Oh my God. But is it going to be too dark? Is my question.
Yeah, it's not going to be bad.
Let's see.
Look at you. How are you still getting light on your face? You have a light on now? Oh, you do. I can see you have a light on now. Oh, wow. Okay.
What? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's see. Wait.
Oh boy. Well, you need light now for sure.
Oh, I had my light. My lamp was. Why did my lamp go out?
Yeah, it was on. I saw it for a second.
Oh, my lamp went out. Well, that was an interesting endeavor.
All right. Put the curtains back.
I think I have a problem, Stephen. Yeah, that light. I had a beautiful lamp going, and then it just. I guess it.
Maybe the curtain ran over the cord and pulled it out of the wall, Bill.
No. The cord is way behind the wall. There's no way to. All right. Well, we're going to have to turn on some lights in the room here.
No, we're getting aggressive.
Yeah. This is why bed lamp, reading light. No. Good night. Good morning. You know these buttons they have in hotel rooms? Good morning. Good night. And that's
those are your curtains.
And it's supposed to do something for you.
Those are your curtains. So you definitely
Buddy, I gotta say, I don't think this is working. We're gonna go halvesies.
Yeah, I think you got to put the backlight on because it didn't look too bad, Bill. I was enjoying the background.
It was just blowing me out a little bit. See,
you're gonna what there we go.
Okay.
That's gonna be good right there, I think.
You like that?
I think that's gonna be good.
How about that?
I think you're gonna be good. Yeah, I think you're gonna be good right there. Look at that.
No, it's really rough.
No.
Wow, look at that. I'll tell you what else I can do is if you use the natural lighting, right? I mean, whoa.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's always a dream shot.
I just need something. Okay, wait, look. This is fantastic. There we go. And then
this is fascinating television too.
Look at this.
Are you on the balcony? No.
No. They don't let balconies in Vegas, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Jump off them. Right? Okay, I've really got it going on here. This is fun in my hotel room here. Yeah, the Aria Hotel. Never stayed here before.
Oh, I like the Aria.
The Aria? It's in a very nice area. That was a bad pun. All right, come on, give me a little something on that. A little something. Give me something.
Well, you're gonna get this worked out just in time.
Anyway, look, you wouldn't believe where I've jerry-rigged this. This is awesome. Oh my God, the lighting is fabulous. Wouldn't it be really funny if I'm just talking and like somebody walked by in a little bathrobe or something? Anyway, I'm enjoying no alcohol and living such a clean life.
Or even better, if you turn the camera and all of a sudden we see wine bottles.
Twins are picking up their items and leaving.
Stealing wine bottles all over next to your bed and a bottle of whiskey.
She's got my Rolex. She's just fleecing me behind while I, go on and on. Oh, look at this. This is just tremendous. Wow, you look amazing. Yeah, you're really seeing every pore on me right now. This is the natural light of Vegas. What a view. So I'm looking at, there's a great big billboard of Jason Aldean. And there is the Strip. And there is the Park MGM right there. I've got the MGM Grand in front of me. The airport. I feel like you can always see the airport wherever you are. What's for breakfast, BB? You ordering room service? Jackie, I am not. I got to put this comment up. I think it's very insightful, and I like it when people say insightful, sort of scintillating things that sort of pique your curiosity and
stimulate discussion, really. and stimulate.
Oh, that was the wrong one. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, this is the one. Oh, no. That was it. Oh my God. Somebody said the other day, and then people piled on because when the sunlight hits me in the gray is a lot more gray, right? And the other day I had these glasses on and I had the gray, it was like extra gray and wide, and someone said, "When did Billy Bush turn into Rosie O'Donnell?" I laughed so hard. And then I was like, oh shit, I do look like Rosie O'Donnell in this picture. It might be a little bit right now. And then people started piling on and it got funny. And I was like, oh my God. And they're like, yeah, no kidding. And Kara Swisher. They're telling me I'm a middle-aged lesbian.
I'm laughing here because I can't say that I kind of I can't say that I kind of see it, Billy, but I kind of see it now that
I look a little bit like Rosie.
I can't.
What the fuck? Oh my God. You know what? I can't stand Trump. I'm moving over to Ireland. And remember when Trump was talking to the Prime Minister of Ireland and he's like, oh, by the way, you've got Rosie over there. Now she lives with you. And he's like, who? He goes, Rosie. He goes, no, never mind. You'll figure it out. And he's like, she's all yours. Yeah. The Irish skin, it's not a blessing. I'm going to say that. Why does the gray is distinguished on men and old in women? I don't know, but I'll flip that around on you and say, why is it okay if a man gets a dye job? It's like, whoa, buddy. Oh, wow. Fighting for your age. That's unmanly. Wow. Like I'll see it on television. I have a friend, McG, he and I will go back and forth. If we see a dye job on TV that's so aggressive on a guy, I'll take the picture and send it to him and be like, woo, keep your dye job. Hey. But women can dye their hair any color and it's wonderful and they look young and beautiful and the whole thing. And it's not even a question. You can be a redhead one week and a blonde the next week. And it's like, oh, girl, I love what you did. A man does it. And it's like, Jesus, buddy. I don't know where this comes from and what this is a reaction to, but that's funny. A sphincter twitch. That's a name of a college band. I was a big follower. I went to see Sphincter Twitch all the time. I love those guys. That is not the dye job.
I've had to look one up. It kills me.
The juxtaposition of the top and the bottom is like, whoa.
All natural. That is all natural.
This right here is called the equator. And it's very, that is a strong border right there.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm embracing my grays. Well, good, Josie. You're a woman and you have the option to do whatever you want. But I like that you're embracing your grays. Here's the thing. There's occasionally a thing where like a gray helmet looks really good on a woman, especially like a chiseled, like tan, good skin. If your skin is good with the gray can be very hot, but it's very rare. I'm going to say that. I do support, not to get all Neanderthalic on you, but I like the hair is very important. The hair encases the woman. It's the showcase of her beauty. Hair is vital. And I'm a big fan. And I met this person. I was at an event last night. This very beautiful woman lives in LA. Talking to her, noticed the ring. So a very light conversation. Would be anyway, but had open toe shoes. The greatest paint job on the toes. Now, Steve, there is no excuse. You got to have a good paint job. I think you got to. A chipped toenail. I don't know why. Not to be like, a chipped, like a clean toenail. Can I say that?
Yeah, I think it's fair. I think it's fair.
Makes a big difference. You know what I mean? Where are you at, Bill? Well, I'll tell you where I'm at. Someone's asking me where I'm at. Steve, I'm trying to Are you trying to? I'm gonna grab this one. Steve?
We were fighting over
Steve,
it. We're fighting over
can I please pull up where you at, Bill? And now I don't want it.
it.
Okay, fine, I do. This is when you're clicking and I'm clicking?
Yeah, that's all it's up.
Um,
You're putting it up. I'm
but it
taking
happened 5 times. It's like, when you're walking down a hallway and you're like, but when that happens, I just end up hugging the person and say, look, you know what? Let's start over. You first. I am in Las Vegas, and I don't know why, because I thought I would just, I'm doing dry January, dry 2026, just dry guy for now. And I thought I'd just go right into the lion's den. I said, let's do this. And so I did. Can we talk about our guy Maduro for a second? Put up 50 cents post. God, do I love 50 Cent right now. Holy shit, do I love 50 Cent. I've always loved him. They took my oil also.
Billy. It's so right and wrong.
I'm sorry.
No, but
that is so funny. Oh my God. Look at him. What is he doing? Rubbing his shoulders a little bit? Like, welcome. Hey, welcome to Manhattan Detention Center. They flew Maduro over yesterday from his Brooklyn detention center. They flew him by helicopter to New York for his arraignment. He said, I am an innocent man. I was kidnapped. I am still the president of my country. No, you're not. You're not the president of your country, my friend. Delcy Rodriguez, your vice president, was already sworn in. And while she's saying, Maduro, long live Maduro, she's on the other phone with Marco Rubio going, okay, what do you want me to do? God, I'll do it. Please don't come and take my husband in his gray sweatsuit in the middle of the night and me. So anyway, Maduro is, look, in the end, I don't think he rots in a U.S. prison. He will be extradited somewhere else. He'll go live, not Venezuela, but he'll be sent to, who knows, Dubai, Russia. He'll go join Basad in Moscow, where the Russians take them all. I was proud to see my friend Megyn Kelly, who's coming on the show January 20th. We have her later in the month. I was happy to see Megyn Kelly, embracing the nuance. She said, you know what? I see people on the right, cheering like crazy, green light for this move on Maduro. And then there's, of course, the MSNBCs of the world, MS Now, as they call it, with the red light, saying this is an outrage. There was no congressional approval. They broke international law. What are we going to do now? But Megyn was like, look, I'm fully yellow light. And I agree with her. I stand in the yellow light district. I see the strategic opportunity. If we didn't go in and take care of that, and get control of those oil reserves, you're damn right. China, Russia, Cuba, they're all circling Venezuela and have for a long time. We made a move. We called it narco-terrorism for a nice cover, just to be honest. And we went in and made a move, and I support that move. I think that move was, if we didn't, we would have been in a lot of trouble economically. And I'm sorry, in the end of the day, the economic health of this country is vital. So I get that. But also, what are we going to do now without boots on the ground? How do you run that country? I don't know. What is the next step? How do you maintain order and run a government if you're not physically in it? And physically in it has been a problem. And Megyn Kelly knows that the audience that listens to her also is a major non-intervention audience. America first. Do not get involved in foreign wars. And that was his biggest promise. And Trump definitely has this desire to say, no, the thing that people follow is me, not what I say. I say things and they agree. And then when I change my mind, they follow me. He believes that he is what they support, not the issues. Him more than the issues. And so we'll see what happens, but as he would say. But I agree. It's a yellow light district for me. can't crow one way, but I, again, do not want to understate how, much I understand that move. And, Maduro's like, I'm not a drug dealer. I don't take on drugs. I'm the president. No, you're out. See you, buddy. Tim Walz is out. Imagine the collapse of Tim Walz, guys. I mean, he was vice presidential candidate with Kamala. He was riding high, doing his thing. And now he's dropped out of the re-election race in Minnesota due to the Somali daycare disaster that's on his hands. He drops out completely. He calls it political gamesmanship that we're seeing from Republicans. It's too hard a fight to win. He's out. Boy, politics is nasty, though. I will say that. I don't think you can say Tim Walz is a bad guy. He has bad intentions. He's a freaking gym teacher, man. And he got chewed up. It's a nasty business. My brother's running for governor of Maine. Hopefully he can hide. It's just Maine, just over here. Trump is brutal. He hasn't had a good one in a long time, except Tampon Tim is literally hitting below the belt. Very tough. Tampon Tim. I can't participate in that. God, do I love Vegas? Well, it's also January 6th, and it's the 5th anniversary of the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. The grim day that Trump supporters stormed the historic building. They're going to be going crazy on it, probably at MS now. Nuance, but this was bad. There's just no two ways around it. They're trying to stop the counting of electoral votes to hand the election back to him, which is very Maduro-like. It was the worst moment of his, and I just try to block it out because we need him right now, desperately. So whatever, it's not gonna be something I talk about all day long. I'd rather never think about that again. Move on from it. The pardoning of every one of those people is, okay. Well, a lot of them served a lot of time. Again, it's just something I don't even want to think about because this man works as a whirlwind. You cannot keep up. That is what he's done in the first 11 months or 11 and a half months is unbelievable. Cannot keep up. So that you can overlook because obviously much bigger things on our plate. Yeah, I'm with you, baby. Thanks, Robin J. Oh, your husband's the one who drank the THC drink. You never told me, Robin, or maybe you did earlier. Steve, did you catch it? Was it like a 10 milligram THC drink? What the hell did he put in his mouth?
I think I missed how much it was, but I did catch that she said he had almost like a heart attack, like the palpitations and stuff.
The palpitations. Yeah, that's happened to me before. You really got to know what you're doing on all these things. Yeah. Thank you for supporting POTUS bill. Well, I did. Look, Rose, that's an interesting thing. I get attacked by people for being anti-Trump. I'm not. I'm pro-America. And when he does what's right for America, I love it. When he does the right thing, my uncle is George H.W. Bush 41. The man of the highest integrity I think we've ever had in office. And you can disagree and, whatever, but, character matters to me. And when he does things that are of low character, it bothers me because there's only one president of the United States, right? We should be picking from the cream of the crop. But he also does some really ballsy, good things. And so I just see, I see both people who don't are killing us. The members of the mainstream media that refuse only address everything as far as black and white. Don't follow them. Don't listen to them. Yeah, Trump derangement syndrome is a real thing. So it's all about nuance. And that's what we do here at Hot Mics. Absolutely. Who wants the last word? I bought Willie's Remedy from Total Wine. Oh, God, that's Willie Nelson's drink to deal with anxiety and after his brain surgery a year ago. Haven't tried it yet. Okay. Well, if Willie made it, I'm just going to tell you to go slowly. I once made 40 weed cookies and I didn't wear gloves while rolling them up. It was so weird, the feeling I had after making those and not wearing gloves. I don't know what you're talking about with the weed all over your hands. Like, wow, that's interesting. Final word here on Venezuela. Delcy Rodriguez's father was tortured and killed by the CIA. Do you really think she's rolling over for them? No, she is formidable. I do. I think she'll roll over. Absolutely, she'll roll over because the CIA, she doesn't want them to come for her. And they're going to do so. Yeah. What a lightweight. Oh, my God. Yeah. Please hit the like button. I love that. Truffle Pups. That's a cute name. Truffle Pups. God bless Delcy for rising to the occasion. Okay, so you're pro-socialism in Venezuela or pro-existing government. I don't understand that. That country has been gutted since Chavez and Maduro. I don't understand that. And if you think that without U.S. involvement, things were going to change on their own, then, let's not forget that Edmundo Gonzalez won that election in a landslide democratically, and Maduro stayed in power. So I don't know. I think you and I, you're pro-Venezuelans. Well, so am I. And about 90% are feeling, are disgusted with what's happened in the last 26 years in their country. A beautifully oil-rich nation with a very strong economy decides to try socialism in the year 1999. And ever since then, the GDP globally for that country is 0.001%. Right? I don't know. I think Venezuelans, of course, will be involved, but you can see that she's formidable, can't you? I think she's going to roll over. I think she's on the phone with Marco Rubio, as Trump said. She's been talking to Rubio and she'll take her word, but she's got to signal to her people that she's, this is a very careful, I wouldn't call her formidable. I'd say, what kind of acrobat is she? Anyway, love you all. It's time to maybe go walk the strip. And then I got a meeting at 11:30 and then I'm heading home and I'll be back home tomorrow morning. Steve, look at the lighting.
Bill, you're getting some gold light now.
I know this is like the sunrise is up
Right
in the mountains of Las Vegas. This
well
is
done.
The commercial for Nespresso.
Here we go.
That situation is the exploding room. We've got I was talking in oh boy. Oh shit, Reynolds!